This episode's all about the 80s, specifically the year 1984, the year my friend Jen Wojnar was born. Happy birthday, Jen. This is Trivia with Buds. Welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thank you so much for hanging out and listening to the show. I am very excited about today's episode because it's about the year before I was born, 1984. Lots of cool pop culture stuff happened this year, and oh boy, do I love to ask trivia questions about it. My friend Jen Wojnar was born in 84, and we just did a Zoom trivia party just for her a couple weeks back, maybe a month ago. And we had a whole round on 1984. So I thought, why not use that round again for the listeners of the show? Speaking of the show, we got a big shout out from Albert Thomas when he was recently on an episode of Trivial Warfare. Thank you, Albert, for that very nice mention. Always cool to hear people on other shows talking about my show. So thank you for doing that. We're going to jump into some fun stuff here with movies and music and video games and more. And we're going to dive into 11 questions on 1984 right now. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. 1984 trivia. Let's see how much of this you know. Question number 1. Kristen Wiig plays what character in the upcoming Wonder Woman 84? Number 1, Kristen Wiig plays what character in the upcoming Wonder Woman 84? Question number 2, which two of these movies came out in 1984? Was it Gremlins, Child's Play, Critters, or Ghoulies? Which two of those came out in 1984? Gremlins, Child's Play, Critters, or Ghoulies? And number 3, who had the hit song Out of Touch in 1984? Who had the hit song Out of Touch in 1984? Question number 4, which of these TV shows debuted in 1984? Was it Punky Brewster, Alf, Perfect Strangers, or LA Law? Which of these shows debuted in 1984? Punky Brewster, Alf, Perfect Strangers, or LA Law? Number 5, fill in the missing word from the 1984 movie title, The Last Blank. Fill in the missing word from the 1984 movie title, The Last Blank. And number 6, who had the hit 1984 song We Belong? Who had the hit 1984 song We Belong? And number 7, in what state was the 1984 movie Footloose set? What is the setting state-wise for Footloose in 1984? Number 8, popular in 84, what was Angela Lansbury's character's first name on Murder, She Wrote? Who did Angela Lansbury play on Murder, She Wrote? Just need the first name for number 8. And number 9, what sport is depicted in the 1984 movie The Natural? What sport is depicted in The Natural? Number 9. And your last question, number 10, which of these devices went on sale in January of 1984? Was it the Nintendo Entertainment System, Teddy Ruxpin, Mr. T cereal, or Apple Macintosh personal computer? I guess Mr. T is not really a device, Mr. T cereal, but which of these things went on sale in 1984? January of that year, was it Mr. T cereal, Teddy Ruxpin, Nintendo Entertainment System, or Apple Macintosh personal computer? Those are all of your 10 questions for that crazy year of the 80s. We'll be right back in just a second to see how you did. We are back with the answers to 1984 trivia. Let's see what you could pull off on this quick quiz, courtesy of the year of birth of my friend Jen Wojnar, Patreon subscriber. Be like Jen and donate on Patreon, patreon.com/trivia with Buds if you want to support the show like about 60 other people. Number 1, Kristen Wiig plays what character in the upcoming Wonder Woman 84? That is Cheetah. And if you didn't see the news, they're going to release this, I think, on HBO Max on Christmas Day, which is very exciting for people that wanted to see it like me, but unfortunate for people not being able to see it in theaters, but that's just how it is. Number 2, which 2 of these movies came out in 1984? The answers were Gremlins and Ghoulies. Gremlins and Ghoulies. And that was a crazy set of movies that were pretty dang similar. Gremlins and Ghoulies. They were both about monstrous things coming after you, I guess. Number 3, who had a hit song Out of Touch in 1984? That was Hall & Oates. You're out of touch. You know that one? 1984. Number 4, which of these shows debuted in 84? The answer was Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster debuted in 84, not Al for Perfect Strangers or L.A. Law. Those were different years, but Punky Brewster, 84. Number 5, fill in the missing word from the 1984 movie. It was The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter. You might have saw that movie. And number 6, who had the hit 1984 song We Belong? That was Miss Pat Benatar. She's got a lot of hits. Pat Benatar. After that, we moved into the state that was the setting for Footloose, and that was Utah. It is based on a real town that had real no dancing laws from the 1800s in Oklahoma, but it takes place and was shot a lot in Utah. Number 8, popular in 84, what was Angela Lansbury's character's first name on Murder, She Wrote? That was Jessica. Jessica Fletcher, I think was the name, Jessica. And number 9, what sport is depicted in the 1984 movie, The Natural? I went 20 years earlier. That is baseball, of course, baseball. And number 10, which of these devices or cereals went on sale in January of 84? It was the Apple Macintosh personal computer. And when we did that for Jen's party, that was the 250 bonus point question. This was all on CrowdPurr. So if you have listened to my show before, you might have heard me talk about CrowdPurr. It's my be-all, end-all solution to running virtual trivia nights, and we did that for Jen's party. And all the questions for this round were worth 100 points, and then that last one was worth 250 points if you knew it. So that was an Apple Macintosh personal computer on sale in January of 1984. And there you have it. Hopefully you had some fun playing along or you learned something new today about that particular year. And thank you guys so much for the support on Patreon. That's patreon.com/trivia-with-buds. Bunch of people supporting the show over there. And one more thing for you, the fact of the day. The fact of the day for today is the Bible is the world's most shoplifted book. The Bible is the world's most shoplifted book. You don't even need to shoplift it. They give them to you for free in the drawer at a hotel. Okay, that might be shoplifting too. It's not exactly a shop, it's hotel lifting. Is that a thing? Probably. I wonder how many times people steal those Bibles. I bet it's quite a bit. All right. Thank you guys for listening to the show. Thanks for telling a friend about the podcast, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Cheers.